We filed with the state of Montana. So that was fairly easy. Everything was on the internet, and I had to just be not creative. I had to look into protecting it first. Our Rope Savvy's trademark, it has 2 registered trademarks with the United States Patent Office, that was probably the hardest part, was getting it trademarked nationally. That process, and it took 2 years. So I started, right when we started this, I thought I better protect this, because I had a couple guys coming up when we first set up at the Wrangler Team Roping Championship Finals, our very first time, and they're like, hey, this is a really good logo. And they wanted to buy into our company like right away. And I was like, I'm not there. This is our first time setting up. You know what I mean? And since we weren't patent, that kind of gave me, a feeling of like, oh my gosh, well, these guys said this, and I need to get our logo trademark. So that was one of the first things I did with getting our business registered with the state of Montana. But so I called I looked everything up on the internet first, and it's a big process to get something trademarked. It took 2 years, and I was gonna try to do it on my own, and I was like, oh no, I can't. There's a lot of legal work that it takes to get a logo or anything really trademarked. So I called the United States Patent Office, Trademark Patent Office, and they sent me in the direction of a law team out of Seattle that does trademarks pro bono. So they sent me the number. They sent me the number for this team of law students that would work on it for me. So I reached out, and the guy's name was Chad Smith out of Seattle University Law School. And I sent him, I let him know what I did and what I created, and I wanted to get, Rope Savvy trademarked. And he said, okay. He said, I will start the application process with my team. So I had to send in our logo, different clothing that we already had printed, different styles of clothing, and how our I sent in our main logo because we have different fonts now on Rope Savvy, but I sent in our main brush script font that was above the Rope Savvy steerhead, and he said they were going to start working on it, and he said it can take, it's by semesters. These law students, they work on these logos by the semester, but I was on a wait list for a while, probably for, I would say, about a year for them to start actually working on it. But there's a lot of research they have to do. They had to go through the database to see if there was anything like Rope Savvy or close to it that, might not our trademark wouldn't get approved if we were something close to what somebody else had. So they did a lot of research on it, and we got trademarked last year in 21. So just our main first logo that we started with, the brush script and the steerhead, that's what's trademarked. And then just the word Rope Savvy also got trademarked. So yeah, it was a pretty long process, but pretty rewarding, because when we got the trademarks, I was just like in wow, because I was like, wow, we're trademarked, we're actually trademarked, and we're safe. So that was one of I think our biggest goal and achievement of starting a small business, was getting a national trademark going for Rope Savvy, and we got certificates for it, which I can email you pictures of. So, but the registering the business was fairly easy with the state of Montana, and their fees were, I think they were only $20. So, that was, I would tell people to, everything's on the internet. I mean, everything, your thought process is like, I guess my dad raised me as a go-getter. And I'm a go-getter. And I just, think, what could I do? I'm always, have scenarios going, not scenarios, but what's gonna come next? What I need to do. So that was the biggest thing, was protecting our logo from infringement. Was getting, the only thing we had to pay for, it was pro bono. The law students did it pro bono. The team did, but we had to pay for the actual trademark, which were, I believe, like $175 a piece, and it's for like 10 years. So you have to repay that fee like every 10 years. So we got two. So just the word, and then our logo with the word. So